Welcome to Innovate Teaching Channel. In our course of B.Ed, we have the concept of Eastern systems of philosophy, which consists of many different kinds of systems of philosophy. Among them, the major Eastern systems of philosophy are Sankhya Philosophy, Yoga Philosophy, Nyaya Philosophy, and Vedanta Philosophy. Actually friends, in our previous videos, I have mostly uploaded Nyaya Philosophy, Yoga Philosophy and Sankhya Philosophy. I'll provide the links of these videos in our description link. Watch it. So, in our today's class, we are going to discuss about the concept of Vedanta Philosophy. In this video, we are going to cover what is Vedanta Philosophy, what are the 4 chapters of Brahma Sutras, what are the schools of Vedanta, what are Vedas, what are Vedangas, what are Upanishads, what is the relationship between Vedanta and education. Come on, let's discuss all these concepts briefly. Let's see the introduction of Vedanta philosophy. Literally, the word Vedanta means the end of Vedas. In other words, Vedanta may be considered as Upanishads. Upanishads are the last literary products of Vedic period. The literature of this period, it means Vedic period, can be categorized into 3 types. What are the 3 types, friends? They are Vedic hymns, mantras, which we call it as in Telugu slokalu. These Vedic hymns are compiled in different samhitas, which are Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda. The second type is Brahmanas. In Telugu, we call them as Brahmanulu. They are the treatises that guide the Vedic rituals. Treatises which call it as Granthalu. And the third type is Upanishads. These Upanishads discuss the philosophical problems like what is Brahma? What is Atma? By which one attains immorality? Basically, the response to all these questions is that the ultimate reality is Brahma, God. The ultimate reality is self, Atma. The ultimate reality is Sat, which means truth. See, all these types that we discussed above, Vedic hymns, Brahmanas, Upanishads, these are all revealed texts called Shrutis. Next, let's discuss what are Brahma Sutras. Badarayana wrote 550 sutras into 4 chapters. These sutras are very brief in 2 to 3 words. Come on, let's see what are those sutras in 2-3 words. The 4 chapters of Brahma Sutras are Chapter 1, which is Samanvaya, Chapter 2, which is Avirodha, Chapter 3, which is Sadhana, Chapter 4, which is Phala. What is Samanvaya? Samanvaya of the Upanishadic teachings deals with the theory of Brahma as supreme reality, its relation with the world and to the individual soul. What is Avirodha? It is the non-contradiction in relation to established theories and logical rules, which is the objection against chapter 1, which deals with the dependence of the world on God. What is sadhana? It means it is realization. It deals with the ways and means of attaining knowledge of Brahma on account of rebirth. Then what is phala? Phala is the fruit achieved. The power of creating, governing and dissolving the universe further belongs to God alone. Next, let's discuss what are Vedantic schools. Based on Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita, various schools of Vedanta have been developed. The authors of each school wrote the commentaries and have become the founders of these schools. See, some of the popular schools are Shankaras, Madhavas, Ramanujas, Nimbarka, Vallabhacharya. These are all popular schools of our Vedic period. Shankara's school deals with the Advaita, monism. Madhava's school deals with Dvaita, dualism. Ramanuja's school deals with Visishtadvaita, which is qualified dualism. Nimbarka's school deals with Dvaita. Vallabhacharya school deals with Shuddha Dvaita. And also friends, many more such schools existed on the basis of one question. What is that question? What is the nature of the relation between self Jiva and God Brahma? The answer to that question is, according to Madhva, two are different. It means self and God are different. It means dualism. It is Dvaita. According to Shankara, two are identical. It means self and God are identical. It is Advaita, monism. According to Ramanuja, two are related like whole and part. It means two are self and God are related like whole and part. It is Visista, Advaita, qualified monism. Next, let's discuss what are Vedas. The first important Veda is Rig Veda. According to Indo-Aryans' work, the hymns are addressed to domestic gods. In Sanskrit term, we call it as Diyatana. The hymns are addressed to aerial gods. In Sanskrit term, we call it as Antarikshasthana. This Rigveda emphasizes that there is only one God and one reality. In Sanskrit term, we tell it as Ekam Sat. Ekam means one, Sat means true. Only one true, who is none other than God. It also has the verses in praise of different deities which are Agni, Mitra, Varuna, Indra and so on. In Telugu we call these deities as Devatalu. The other Vedas are Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda. What is Yajurveda friends? Means black, which contains prose and verse. In Telugu we call prose as Gadya and verse as Padya. What is Samaveda friends? It is called as Vedic Traya. What is Atharva Veda friends? Which was a later edition and is considered a part of first three. The first three Vedas are considered as a bird with one wing, whereas Atharva Veda is a bird with two wings. Individually, friends, Rigveda, Yajurveda and Samaveda is like a bird with only one wing. Usually, friends, a bird with one wing can't fly freely in air, whereas a bird with two wings, it means Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda. Completely. Four Vedas together forms a bird with two wings which can fly freely in air. Over a period of time, many hymns were added and the most worthy of the hymns were contributions of 6 seers. Who are the seers? They are sages. Gautama, Vishwamitra, Atri, Vamadeva, Bharadwaja, Vasistha. These are 6 seers which added many hymns. It is said that the other 3 Vedas are the outcomes of Rig Veda. Vyasa is known as the arranger of 4 Vedas. That means Vyasa is the person who arranged, who formed these 4 Vedas. Vyasa is called as Krishna Dvaipayana, also known as Badarayana. Many sages attributed to Vyasa the treatises like Mahabharata, Uttaramimamsa, Brahma Sutras and 18 Puranas. In Rigveda we have 10 Upanishads. In Yajurveda we have 32 Upanishads in Krishna and 19 Upanishads in Sukla. In Samaveda we have 16 Upanishads. Next, let's discuss what are Vedangas. To pronounce Vedangas, we use and interpret Vedas. The 6 limbs Vedangas were formed. They are Siksha, Chanda, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Kalpa. These are 6 limbs of Vedangas. Siksha deals with science of speaking and pronunciation. Chanda deals with meter. Vyakarna deals with grammar. Nirukta deals with etymological meaning, explanation of different words. Kalpa deals with rules for sacrificial acts. There are 4 Upavedas which are associated with 4 Vedas. What are they? Atharva Veda, Rigveda, Samaveda is associated with Upavedas like Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, Sthapatya Veda. Ayurveda deals with the science of life, Dhanurveda deals with the science of war, Gandharva Veda deals with the science of music, dance and drama, Sthapatya Veda deals with the science of mechanism and architecture. Next, what are Upanishads friends? Come on, let's see. Upanishads were also considered as Aranyakas or forest treatises to guide men who retire into forest and try to understand the reality of life. Literally, Upanishad means that which destroys ignorance and brings near to God. Also, it means bringing near to teacher. See friends, teacher is the visual form of God. So, Upanishad is bringing near to God, indirectly bringing near to teacher. Upanishads are regarded as inner or secret meanings of Vedas. Rahasya. Upanishads were many and originated from various Vedic schools at different times and places. From the reliable sources, the number are considered as 108, out of which 12 had special importance. Upanishads are the Gnanakanda of Vedas, which deals with Jnana and Vijnana. Upanishads are the breath of the eternal. See friends, out of 108 Upanishads, 12 are the special important Upanishads, which are shown below. Isha, Kena, Katha, Prashna, Mundaka, Mandukya, Kaivalya, Aitareya, Taittiriya, Chandogya, Brihadaranyaka, Shvetashvatara. Now, we are going to discuss them one by one. First, Isha Upanishad. The Isha Upanishad is one of the shortest Upanishads embedded as the final chapter. Chapters in Sanskrit we call them as Adhyaya of the Shukla Yajurveda. The word Isha literally means ruler, master, lord. It is a primary and principal Upanishad and is also known as two recitations called Kanva and Madhyandina. Versions with 18 verses refer to Kanva while those with 17 verses refer to Madhyandina. In this table you can find the Kanva with 18 verses and Madhyandina with 17 verses. The Upanishad is a brief poem consisting of 17 or 18 verses depending on the recension. What does recension mean? It is a revised edition of text. Second Upanishad, Kena. Kena literally means depending on the object subject context. By what, by whom, when, how, why, from what cause. The root of Kena in the sense of by whom or from what cause. The Kena Upanishad belongs to Talavakara Brahmana of Samaveda, giving the etymological roots of an alternate name of Talavakara Upanishad for it in ancient and medieval era Indian texts. Third, Katha Upanishad. Katha literally means distress. The Katha Upanishad consists of two chapters, two adhyayas. Each are divided into three sections. Sections Sanskrit Vallis. The first adhyaya is considered to be of older origin than the second. The Upanishad is the legendary story of a little boy who named as Nachiketa, the son of sage Vajasravasa, who meets Yama, the Hindu deity of death. Their conversations evolves to a discussion of the nature of man, knowledge, Atma and Moksha. See, this Upanishad completely deals with the story of a little boy it seems. Who is that little boy? He is Nachiketa. He is the son of sage Vajasrasa. Fourth Upanishad, Prashna. Prashna literally means in modern usage question, query, inquiry. The Prashna Upanishad contains six questions, and each is a chapter with a discussion of answers. The chapters end with the phrase Prashna Prativakanam, which literally means thus ends the answer to the question. Fifth Upanishad, Mundaka. Mundaka literally means shaved, as in shaved head, shorn, lopped, trunked of a tree. The Mundaka Upanishad consists of three Mundakams, it means parts, each consists two sections. The first Mundakam, the first section states Royer, which defines the science of higher knowledge and lower knowledge. The second Mundakam, second part describes the nature of Brahma, the self, and the relation between the empirical world and Brahma, and also the path to know Brahma. Sixth Upanishad is Mandukya. The root of Mandukya is sometimes considered as Manduka, which literally has several meanings. It means frog, or a particular breed of horse, or the sole of horse's hoof, or spiritual distress. It is in prose, consists of 12 terse verses, and is associated with Rig Vedic schools of scholars. It discusses the syllable Om, presents the theory of four states of consciousness, and asserts that Om is Brahma. which is the whole, and that Brahma is the self, Atma. Seventh Upanishad is Kaivalya. The Sanskrit word Kaivalya means aloneness or isolation and refers to someone who has renounced and isolated himself from all attachments to the worldly desires. I think Corona, COVID can be mentioned as isolation, which is an example of Kaivalya. The Upanishad is notable for presenting Shaivism in Vedanta, discussing Atma, self, and its relation to Brahma, and self knowledge as the path to Kaivalya. Kaivalya is literally a liberation. Eighth Upanishad is Aitareya. Aitareya Upanishad is a Mukhya Upanishad associated with the Rig Veda. It is mixed of 4th, 5th, and 6th chapters of the second book of Aitareya Aranyaka, which is one of the four layers of Rigvedic text. Aitareya Upanishad discusses three philosophical themes. The first theme deals with the world and man is the creation of Atma. The second theme deals with the theory of Atma, which undergoes threefold birth. The third theme deals with the consciousness is the essence of Atma. Ninth Upanishad is Taittiriya. Taittiriya is a Sanskrit word that means from Taittiri. The root of this name has been interpreted into two ways. From Vedic sage Taittiri, who was the student of Yaska, or alternatively it is a collection of verses from mythical students who became patriarchs, birds, in order to gain knowledge. The Taittiriya Upanishad is associated with the Taittiriya school of Yajurveda, attributed to the pupils of sage Vaishampayana. The Taittiriya Upanishad is the 7th, 8th and 9th chapters of Taittiriya Aranyaka, which are also called respectively Sikshavalli, the Anandavalli, the Bhruguvalli. These are all chapters of Taittiriya Aranyaka. 10th Upanishad is Chandogya. The name of this Upanishad is derived from the word Chanda or Chandas, which means poetic meter, prosody. See, in Telugu we have Chandasu, right? The name implies that the nature of the text relates to the patterns of structure, stress, rhythm, and intonation in language, songs, and chants. It is one of the largest Upanishadic compilations and has 8 Prapatakas, literally lectures, chapters, each with many volumes, and each volume contains many verses. The volumes are a motley collection of stories and themes. The 11th Upanishad is Brihadaranyaka. This is estimated to have been composed about 7th to 6th century BCE, excluding some parts estimated to have been composed after Chandogya Upanishad. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is a treatise on Atma, which includes passages on metaphysics, ethics, and earning for knowledge that influenced various Indian religions, ancient and medieval scholars, and attracted secondary works such as those by Adi Shankara and Madhavacharya. The 12th and final Upanishads out of 108 Upanishads are Shvetashvatara Upanishad. The name Shvetashvatara has the compound Sanskrit root Shvetashva, which literally means white horse and drawn by white steeds. Shvetashvatara is a Bahurihis compound Svetashva and Tara, where Tara means crossing or carrying beyond. The word Svetashvatara translates to the one carrying beyond on white horse or simply white mule that carries. The Upanishad is one of the 33 Upanishads from Taittiriya and associated with Svetashvatara tradition within Karaka's Shaka of Yajurveda. Basically friends, human self-experiences are in three states. They are walking, dreaming and sleeping. And karma could be of three types: Prarabdha karma, Sanchita karma, Sanchiyamana. Prarabdha karma leaves the karma gathered from the past lives. Sanchita karma, those that still die accumulated. Sanchiyamana, which have been gathered in this life. Finally friends, let's move out with the discussion of relationship between Vedanta and education. Aims. The major aims are achieving knowledge about the Brahma, the supreme or ultimate reality. The aim is to develop character and personality. The aim is to bring all-round development of an individual. The aim is to bring in spiritual enlightenment, జ్ఞానోదయం కలిగించడం, to acquaint with the culture and tradition and values, to understand the real self, and to liberate the self from bondage. Liberate means విముక్తి, బానిసత్వం నుండి స్వయంగా విముక్తి కలిగించడం. Number 2, curriculum. Here the students are taught both kinds of knowledge. Here means in Vedic philosophy. What kinds of knowledge, friends? It is Paravidya and Aparavidya. Paravidya deals with the relation between God and self. Aparavidya deals with the scriptures like Vedas, Vedangas, rituals, astronomy, Itihasas, Puranas, ethics, military science, and so on. Number 3, methods. Discussions is the popular method during Vedantic period. Some of the deserts like Gargi, Maitri, Yajnavalkya, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa, intuition or revelation. Revelation means a surprising and previously unknown fact. Number 4, teacher. Listen carefully, friends. It is all about us. We are all teachers now. So listen it. Guru is the supreme and he used to provide all the knowledge. Teacher is who used to be Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Parabrahma, mother, father, and everything for the child. He is everything for the child, friends. He always encourages the child to attain the knowledge. Teacher is an ideal model before the child. Teacher is the person who trains with absolute self-discipline. Hey friends, these words are not just enough sufficient to define a teacher. A teacher is infinite. Number 5, disciple. Student is expected to abide by brahmacharya. Abide means to get restricted. He used to go for alms and provide sacred fire. Go for alms means going to beg. Student used to go for beg and provide sacred fire. Student used to serve the guru in all his household works like a family member. He is the devotion to guru. Student used to go to study only after the work. Student has to serve the guru by manasa, vacha and karmana. Manasa is through heart. Vacha is through talk. Karmana is through action. Student used to develop self-restraint. It means self-control. Self-denying. It means self-rejecting. Patient, tolerant, self-discipline. Through rigorous discipline, strict discipline. See, you can observe how student is too great to serve the teacher. Number 6, evaluation. Evaluation also teaches to the modern world the following: Purushartha, Loka Sangraha, peace, suffering, desire, yoga, faith, food, common teachings of all faith, pravritti, nivritti, practice or abhyasa, dharma, adharma. Okay friends, if you like this video, don't forget to share, subscribe and like. Thank you.
Click the bell icon to get latest notifications.
Don't forget to like, share and comment. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos and stay tuned to our INNOVATE teaching channel.